Hi guys, this is d2themfi, and today's video is just gonna be a live play video of me playing probably just some mixed stakes wherever I can get action for heads up NL, and I've just sat down with two people so far, and they both have given me action so far. Um, gonna get into these guys in a little bit. I don't really have any reads on them yet, other than that they both seem to not be very good, just based on them folding a lot so far. But to be honest, I haven't been paying that close of attention yet. But I just want to make a quick announcement about what the flop. Um, we're actually making our official launch on February 1st, which should be the day after this video comes out. The real launch this time, and we're launching with 6 separate articles. All of them are written by me, and 3 are going to be heads up, and 3 are going to be for six max situations. They're going to be different in what they focus on, what topics they're focusing on, and complexity, and they'll be different in length too, and different in price depending on all that stuff. They're all going to be priced fairly reasonably, I think, for small to mid stakes guys to try them out. So we're going to be hosting our content on leanpub.com, which is a self-publishing platform for individual writers. We had hoped to get our website up and going, and even have some subscription content available, but it proved to be too much for myself trying to play full time and do this. So right now we're just releasing one-off content that is sort of like an article or like ebook type format, and yeah, I think they're pretty good. I think you guys will like them. So right now, for whoever buys from us, we're basically just looking for feedback, good or bad, on the articles. And we want to do analysis that you guys want to read, stuff that's relevant to your games, and what you need to work on, or situations that you're curious about, or aren't able to analyze yourself. And so we need to know, one, do you like the analysis? Do you like the topics that we analyzed? And then also, what type of methods would you not like us to do, or did you like us that we did do? Sorry, I'm kind of stumbling over my words here. But yeah, basically any type of feedback, good or bad, as long as it's constructive, we're definitely up for hearing about. I haven't really talked about in the hands, but this upper left, I kind of floated in order to possibly bluff later in the hand if the right cards were rolled off, but the board kind of rolled off in a way that Queen High should be not a hand you're bluffing with, since he's not folding Ace High. So, although I didn't notice that we chopped on the river with the king. I guess I do want to bluff because of that. My bad. Probably should pay more attention. But you can see on the board with the river coming to king. Anyways, so yeah, I'm almost finished with my little spiel about what the flop here. Oh yeah, the last thing is just that we are going to have a advertisement post up on 2+2 under the coaching forum where guys advertise their coaching stuff, and we'll have more specific information on what we're putting out that you can read about, and actually we'll actually have samples that you can read on the forum post of the actual analysis that we're selling, so you can kind of get a feel for what we're putting out before you buy it. And yeah, we'll also have probably upcoming blog posts with samples of free content and also information about upcoming releases for articles. Okay, so enough about what the flop. So basically these two guys are just sat down, obviously, like I said at the beginning of the video. They both seem pretty bad so far. I played one hand with also bluffing guy at the beginning of the video where the flop came out. He raised on the button, I called in the big blind, and the flop came out like 6 deuce deuce rainbow or something, and he checked back aces and then bet turn and then bet river like small, like not really in a situation where you need to bet small. So seems kind of weird. He's from China. This guy's from Russia. People from China and Russia seem to play pretty weird. They both seem to be really tight from the button. They're both at like 60 to 65% Hopefully my HUD is big enough for you guys to see there. 62% for also bluffing, and 65% for BAAL 1988. And both of them are folding over 2/3 of their hands in the big blind so far. 2 min raises, which is just absurd. In fact, if they keep playing like this, I'm probably going to go try to find someone else to play because these guys just aren't interesting at all for a video. Although, definitely very profitable if you were to find them in your everyday games. And maybe if the action's really slow, maybe I'll just add in another opponent. Got these two people down here that haven't sat with yet, but be looking to sit with if I can. So yeah, I mean basically right now I'm just planning on playing really tightly in the big blind. You're gonna see me make a lot of folds that I hate making because I hate folding, but because they're playing so tight from the button right now, I'm just gonna play fairly conservative from the big blind. I'm not gonna assume that I'm able to defend way more than I should versus their opening ranges because they play really poorly post flop yet. That might be the case. So, if normally versus someone who's opening 65% on the button, I think versus a min raise that I can defend like 50% of hands or something, it's possible versus these guys I can defend, 60, 65% of hands or something like that because their strategies in position post flop are just that bad. And obviously on the button, I'm just going to keep raising 100%. It's not even close to a tough decision yet. So I'm also just going to start by c-betting 100% of my air and see what happens because I find that these guys that play really tightly in the big blind, lots of times they also play really tightly on flops, which kind of is a little bit counterintuitive because their range is stronger heading into the flop. But at the same time, they just seem to not be willing to float lots of times, like anything. So, yeah, I'm gonna go off that assumption until we get any further reads. But usually that seems to be a pretty good one at small mid six. But a hand like this, I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna c-bet just because there's no point. Like if I had 7 high, there'd be a lot of point because I'm bluffing a lot of better hands, but with 9s on the table on the right, even if I think he's folding too much on the flop, it's still better to check unless he's just folding like an absurd amount. And in that case, he'd have to be folding better hands. So very easy decision to keep checking back. I think a hand like deuces would be sort of interesting on the hand on the right because, like if you had like ace deuce or something, if his fold to c-bet say like 50, it's probably pretty close. Depending on how much he check raises too. And I think I'm going to put in a value bet here. Seems like he could check king X there, maybe, based on like the weird hands he was playing, but probably not. Probably a lot more likely just to be check folding or possibly having some type of hand like deuce X or pocket fours or whatever. Besides defending tighter pre-flop, I'm also going to have to be 3-betting tighter. In fact, I think versus guys who are like this, where they're opening like 60% on the button, it's probably not a good idea to 3-bet bluff them that much. I think I had one 3-bet bluff earlier with like 7-6 suited on the left-hand side. And that would be the type of hand I would do it with if I did. Would be something that normally is good enough to call, but now versus their tighter opening ranges is probably not quite as good. What happened here? I already sat out. Okay. So 7-6 suited would fall under that. I mean, I think versus 60% open, that's probably it might be defendable actually, but a better example might be like 5-4 suited or something like that. But yeah, I mean that's the basic idea. Is that I'm just still trying to 3-bet bluff hands that are just not quite good enough to call. Whether I'm playing versus 100% opener or 60% opener, it's just the most efficient use of my range.